I would like to say to the Adriano family that our hearts and prayers have been with you these last few days. I know that this has been a very difficult time for you, but the beautiful thing is that we know that Mac was ready to go to meet the Lord, and that he is in his eternal home, and great will be the reward that he has. I want to mention that I first met Mac about 19 years ago, and it's amazing how this came about, because God works in mysterious ways, and in looking back that I could see God's hand through it all. I met a young man and his wife by the name of the Sippins, and they came to church, the church that we were pastors there at Grace Covenant at the time, and so they attended church there one Sunday, and Regina Shealy brought them to church, and through them then we learned about them, that they were from the Philippines, and had such a relationship, such a friend that he was, and Brother Sippin and the daughter was a real blessing to the church. And so in him sharing with me about them moving here moving to Aiken from the Philippines, really became a situation where we began to see God work. I remember that one day then Ed Sippin was walking at Old Elwick's there in Aiken, and he met one of the Adriano's girls, one of the daughters of Mac and his wife, precious wife, and he began to talk with her because he realized that she was Filipino, and in so doing, then she got acquainted. They got acquainted, and he went to the home of Mac and his family and visited with them. And so he took me over there to visit with them. This has been about 19 years ago now. And it's so beautiful because the fact is that right away that it seemed as though that God was in all of this, and we really began to connect right from the beginning. And I'll never forget, Brother Mac told me, he said, we love the Lord, and he said, I want my family to have someone to teach them about the Lord and the Bible. And he said, I would love for you to do that. And so, of course, I was excited about that. And so we decided to start a Bible study in their home. And we did that. And through that, then we had many that came, both the Filipino and others here in from different cultures that came to the Bible study. And we saw that begin to grow, and through that some wonderful things happened. Beautiful because I remember in particular that David Clemens and his wife started first and came through the invitation of the Adrianos, and she accepted the Lord as her personal Savior. David was a Christian at the time, and they had 2 little children. And the beautiful thing is today that they're living right down here close to us in Naples, Florida. And they are serving the Lord after all these years. And God has used them, all of their family, in a wonderful way. And then I think also about the Wilsons, Jack and his wife, Maylou, and how that God had put in his heart to go to the mission field. And so they are in the Philippines now as a missionary. They've been there for a few years now. But she came with Jack when she came to the United States. And she learned about the Lord, and we taught her the full gospel of Jesus Christ. And now they are giving their lives to the Lord and as missionaries. And I think about others, so many that have been saved through that. I think about the family. I think of Rachel. She was only a small girl, about 4 or 5 years old when we started. And every morning, every Saturday when we met, then Rachel would always get the songs to pass out to the people that sing. This is Mac's granddaughter. And to give to the people that as we sing. And in so doing, then she's continued to do that, and she's grown now and about to get married to one of the finest young men in Grace Covenant Church there. So they have given their life to the Lord. And she has been involved in music from the time that she was very small, in youth ministry, and I think about that. And there's just been so many examples that I could tell you about that. And when I consider that, then I consider the importance of inviting people to church and getting to know people. And because of that, then, you know, there are many that are in the Grace Covenant Church now that are involved in teaching. There are so many of them that are serving the Lord today, and the grandchildren are serving the Lord today, and in ministry, and just so many wonderful things happen. And I know that it's due to Brother Adriano and his blessed wife of 60-some years, and God has used them, and we love this family very, very much. God bless you, and thank you, Pastor Foster, for calling me and allowing me to know about the death of my friend Mac Adriano. Okay, Janice, would you like to say something?
Yes, Sister Adriana and family, our hearts are saddened today as you say your goodbyes to this precious husband and father. I know that this is a difficult time for you, but we know that our help cometh from the Lord. And we're just praying for you and your family, that as you reflect on the memories that you have of Brother Mac, that you will receive comfort and strength and a peace that passes all understanding. We love you. Our prayers will continue to be with you, and we will look forward to seeing you when we come back to Aiken. God bless you so much.